Y'all know what's going on. It's time for another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker. Welcome to the show, y'all. Look here, y'all. Look, Jack, he tripping, man. He drinking piss. He going all the way with it. And what I was trying to explain to y'all in the last episode was simply this, right? Look, when you get locked up, your mind goes there. You'll try to do anything that you can conceive of to get out of the situation that you're in. That's not saying that, you're weak or anything like that. A lot of people will say that, right? I'm not saying that at all. But a lot of people will say that. It's just that you don't want to deal with what you got facing you. That's why I say stop saying you about this life. Because you don't know what it's like to be put in a cage, man. You don't know what it's like to be put in a cage. I know when I first got put in one, I panicked too. And the reason this story resonates with me is because I had to get a mental evaluation too, right? And I'm going to tell you about this story, another time. But I had to get a mental evaluation. And they didn't want to hear it, though. I ended up on pills for depression and stuff like that. But I didn't end up, going to court and being found incompetent, though. But your mind will play tricks on you. And see, Jack's mind played tricks on him in the worst way. Because see, after he drunk that piss, dude told him, you're going to have to step it up. See, that's what y'all don't understand. It's a lot of sick people in here that'll prey on somebody like Jack. See what I'm saying? They prey on you. And they want to flip you. See, misery loves company. Remember that. All of those out there that say you about this life. You don't want to be about this life. So dude said, look here, Jack, you're going to have to step it up, man. These folks watching you. You don't want to go penitentiary. And then, let me tell you something else that he did to Jack. He started to spook him. See, Jack he wasn't that big. He might have been 5'7", 5'8", maybe weighed 160 pounds at the most. But he just wasn't that type of dude. And yeah, he had been in some fights and things like that. But see, when you've never been to the penitentiary and all you know about the penitentiary is what you've heard and what you've seen on TV, you tend to have this level, it's like a fear of the unknown. You understand? So this dude, he's seen that he gonna have to put this on Jack to make him step it up, right? So he told Jack, look, check this out. He told Jack, he said, look, man, a dude like you, man, up in prison, man, you don't want to go there because one of the things that they gonna do to you, man, them folks might take you and make you a boy. And Jack, he know what that means. He's man, ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me. He said, man, you say that. He said, but I done seen 100 people like you come up in here, man. You come up in the penitentiary and 3 or 4 of them dudes get on. They call them booty bandits. 3 or 4 of them booty bandits get on you. Ain't nothing you gonna be able to do about it. They gonna take it. And see, Jack didn't put on that he was scared, but on the inside he was scared to death. He was shaking. So then, dude peeped that. Dude, look here. Dude reads body language. He been in and out of the penitentiary all his life. He's seen what it was, right? See, if Jack would have been out in the jungle, the lion would have known he was scared because he'd have been able to smell that cortisol. See, when you're scared, your body releases cortisol, right? But see, we can't smell cortisol, but we learn to read body language. So this dude from the penitentiary, he sees that Jack is scared, so he hit him with it. He said, look. He said, man, I'm finna tell you something. It's going to sound real far out, but this will get you in there. He said, man, you're going to have to fake like you eating some mess, man. So Jack looked at him and said, some mess? What you mean by that? He said, man, look, what you do, you take a dump in the toilet and you save a piece of it. Not all of it, just a piece of it, right? And then he said, I'm going to get you a jar of peanut butter. And I want you to put that peanut butter around it. You feel what I'm saying? Make it look like a turd. And when you make it look like a turd, he said, put it on top of your head. And just walk around the cell with it. Wait till the officer come down here. You feel me? Because he going to be watching you on the camera. And when he come down, you take that turd off your head, right? And you got to let it do what it do. So Jack looking at him. He got to get his mind right now. You got to think about it. He got a lot of stuff on his mind. He's thinking about his case. He's thinking about what dude just told him about what they do to people in the penitentiary, his size and all this and that. And that fear, it drove him. It pushed him. You feel what I'm saying? It pushed him. It pushed him to that point to where he was willing to try it. So he took a dump. Now, dude watching this, keep in mind, Jack's still naked. Oh, yeah. And look here. Let me tell you something else. The dude from the penitentiary, he didn't mind that Jack was naked. And I'm gonna get to that later. You feel me? So Jack take a dump. And the police seeing him on camera when he go in the toilet, and he gets some of it out and he wrap it up in the paper towel and all this and that. I'm like, wait a minute. What is he doing? What is he doing? That's what the officer trying to figure out what's really going on. So he called the sheriff and he tell the sheriff said, man, just keep writing it down, because I'm not going to run up there every time you call me. But the officer is just blown away by what it is that he's seeing. He ain't even paying no attention to the rest of the part. He paying attention to what Jack going on. This is real TV before they had real TV. You feel what I'm saying? Listen to me. This dude, the next day, dude from the penitentiary bring him some peanut butter, give it to him. Now, Jack ain't hiding nothing. He ain't hiding what he doing. You feel me? He wouldn't be able to do it anyway because everything is on camera. So he takes some of the peanut butter and he take that mess and he unwrap it out of that paper towel, and it stinks. Oh my God, it stinks. And he wraps it up in this peanut butter and he makes a big old log. Look like a turd, right? Now, he come to the door and he asks a couple of the dudes that sitting out there, he said, what time is it? And they tell him what time it is, and he knows based on what they told him that it's about that time for the officer to walk around. So he set the turd on his head and he just walking back and forth from the cell. And now he starts to sing to himself. Just singing at random, you know what I'm saying? Just whatever came to his mind. And he walking back and forth, walking back and forth. And then when the deputy sheriff come down and he doing his round, he get to Jack's cell. He said, Jack, how you doing today? Jack just nod his head up and down like he's doing just fine. He don't say nothing though. Then he reaches up and he's staring at the officer, and he's trying to mentally get himself prepared for what's about to happen, right? Right? Because this officer seen him when he took that turd and he mixed it with that peanut butter to make a bigger turd. You understand what I'm saying? So the officer's trying to get his mind ready for this, and Jack's trying to get his mind ready to do this, right? But it's so much at stake. And he reach up there and he got this stern look on his face. He's staring right at the officer, and then he just shoves it in his mouth. He just all at one time. He don't even play with it. He just shoves it in his mouth and he starts to chew, right? And then when the taste of that turd hit his mouth and his tongue, and then it started to come out his mouth because he ain't never done that before. He couldn't swallow it like it, so he letting it run down the side of his face. The police ran off the door, man. Shook his world. He ain't never seen nothing like it. Shook him. He called the sheriff. He went right back upstairs and called the sheriff. He said, look, man, the man is in there eating peanut butter and poop, man, mixed together. And the sheriff told him, he said, look, write it down. Just write everything down. The sheriff was a vet. He's seen this before. These things happen. People have mental breaks, right? And they thinking maybe Jack is having a mental break. It's just too much for him. You feel me? So in the meantime, in between time, look, let me tell you something else. Jack's lawyer, right? They court-appointed lawyer. He going out there talking to his family and all this and that and trying to find out, is it a history of this in y'all family? What's going on? So when he's talking to Jack's mother and his sister and his father, they're telling him they don't know what's going on. We ain't never heard nothing like it. We ain't never seen him act like that, right? So they thinking maybe he's having a mental break. And the lawyer tell him, y'all need to stay in his car and go visit him and talk to him and try to encourage him, right? But his pops, he was slick. He wasn't no street dude, but he had done some things before. And he got to thinking about it. He said, man, that boy is up to something. That boy up to something. Ain't nothing wrong with that boy. Ain't nothing wrong with that boy. He trying to get out of them charges. Because he heard these things before. And his mama be like, but he don't need to be playing with them folks. What if they put him on some medication? And his dad is naive like everybody else, talking about, that medication ain't gonna hurt him. If he ain't mental, it ain't gonna do nothing to him. So a lot of people mistakenly think that. But let me tell you something about these psychotropic drugs. These drugs, man, mess with your chemical balance. You feel what I'm saying? It changes the chemical balance in your brain. Think about it. If you have mental health issues and you take this medicine might be able to help you. But if you don't have mental health issues and you take this medicine, it's going to change the way your brain working, man. It's simple as that. Simple as that. It's almost like saying, like, you know, if ain't nothing wrong with you and you take a Valium, right, it ain't going to make you high or sleepy. That's not true. If you got anxieties and you take a Valium, it's going to change you. It's going to make you feel like you've been smoking dope or something. You're going to feel hot. And it's the same when you take the psych drugs. It's the same. It's going to do something to you, right? You understand what I'm saying? So the lawyers continue to talk to his family. He's telling them all the things that he's doing. And his daddy said, well, we're going to go down there and visit him in a couple of weeks when we have some time. And he goes to the jail. The lawyer goes to the jail to go talk to Jack. And he tells Jack, he said, I talked to your family. Jack gets upset by that. He don't be telling my family what's going on with me. You know, he's trying to talk in a lucid way, but at the same time, he's still knowing that something is wrong. He wants the lawyer to think something is wrong. He got to trick him too. He can't be honest with the lawyer. This is an officer of the court. He can't go up in there and present to the judge that this guy needs mental help if he knows that he's not mental. So he got to lie to him too. So he's not able to give him any assistance in his defense. The lawyer is trying to build a case around his mental health capacity. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? So now Jack goes back upstairs and he tell the dude from the penitentiary, because he coming by. Now they got him out. They let Jack out. They let Jack out and they walking. And him and that dude, they walking and talking every day. And the officers, they're watching this. They're watching. And they know this dude is a shyster. They know he's a shyster. You know, all this old kind of stuff. And he like turning them out. He like turning them out. When I say turn him out, you know, he like how do I put this? He like to take them dudes that come into the penitentiary young and not knowing. He like to make them, you know what I'm saying, his gal. As simple as that. As simple as that. See, that's how he manipulates. That's how he makes it through. He been in that penitentiary all his life. All he sees is manipulation and using and hurting people. You understand? That's his life. That's what everything revolves around for him, right? So he see Jack. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something now. If you about this life, let me tell you something. Somebody like this, okay? See, in his mind, the fact that Jack listened to him made Jack, to him, weak. Listen to that. It made, to him, Jack appear to be weak. He's somebody that should be used, somebody that should be manipulated. So while he's walking and talking and telling Jack all of these different types of things he need to be doing, he's steady mo dropping these little nuggets at him, trying to get him comfortable with the idea that anything goes. And this is all going to be built around to help you. You feel what I'm saying? Jack eating it up. He listening to everything he's saying. He starts to develop, you know what I'm saying, a trust for this dude. Whatever he said, he doing it. But these other couple of guys that, you know what I'm saying, one of them just back from the penitentiary on his case, he wants to tell Jack, look, watch yourself. But see, Jack don't want to listen. He don't want to listen because he's trying to, you know what I'm saying, beat this case, and he thinks dude is trying to get in the way of that. He ain't trying to go to the penitentiary. But dude tell him, look, man, you got to be careful. This dude over here ain't no good. And, you know, the dude back from the penitentiary, he know that the other dude from the penitentiary know about him. But he's scared of him. He ain't going to fade him. You feel what I'm saying? So he just want Jack to make sure that he only listens to him. And Jack is. So now Jack running around, ain't taking no baths, ain't taking, you know, no showers. He ain't doing none of that kind of stuff. Eating poop and peanut butter all the time, not brushing his teeth, and he's starting to stink and all this old kind of stuff, right? So one day, you know, at the county jail at this particular time, you take communal showers, right? It means everybody gets into the shower together. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody gets in the shower together. You know, if you're going to take a shower, ain't no privacy. You feel me? And it ain't no screen on, ain't no shade, no, you can hide yourself. This is before they came with that PREA Act that George Bush and them passed. PREA is a Prison Rape Elimination Act, where they try to stop all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Putting people all in the shower together and stuff like that, right? Like they animals, right? But this is before that. So Jack up in the shower, dude see it. So he run, he get his stuff, and he jump up in the shower with him. And they in there, you know, taking a shower and you know, rubbing soap on it, you know, and ain't nothing, they ain't touching each other, but dude is looking at Jack in a way that Jack ain't thinking about. You feel what I'm saying? And he's starting to tell Jack while they're in the shower, he said, look, you're gonna have to get a little bit more crazy with it, man. You gotta get a little bit more crazy with it. And Jack listening to him, because they can talk in private and that, right? Because there ain't no camera on the showers, you feel me? So he tell him, he said, look, man, when you come out of this shower, walking across that floor, going back to your cell, don't wrap that towel around you. He said, what you need to do is masturbate and walk straight across the floor with a hard on know what I'm saying? Don't put that towel on and go straight into your cell. Just walk across the floor laughing. You feel what I'm saying? Like you talking to somebody, you know? And Jack looked at him. He said, man, I can't do it. He said, man, look, man. Ain't no turning back now, man. See, but the whole time, dude saying this to Jack, he rubbing on himself, looking at Jack. You feel what I'm saying? And that Jack, he feels a little bit uncomfortable. He's thinking that he knows, he understands what is being said to him, but he don't want to go there. He don't want to go there. He think dude is trying to come on to him. He trying to try, but he ain't trying to hear that. You feel what I'm saying? So he gone and do what dude say do. He gone and do what dude say do, right? He get himself ready. You know what I'm saying? Lather up and all this and that. And he get his little hard on and he strikes straight out. And he coming out the shower, ain't dried off of nothing. Water falling all off of him. Walk straight across the floor. Disrespect the whole pod, the whole floor. Walked across the floor with a hard on, right? Now he got some real vets on this floor. They see him do this, right? And he walked to the cell. He standing at the cell. He waved his hand at the officer. Officer opened up his door and he gone in the cell. But now he done created a problem for himself because he done disrespected the pod. You feel what I'm saying? But he gone in, officer write that down. You know what I'm saying? Walking across the floor naked. You know what I'm saying? With a hard on. They get, look here. When they doing that mental stuff, they get specific with details. So they write it all down. And this is demonstrating that he don't have those boundaries, you know what I'm saying, that where he can conduct himself and understand it. This is not how you're supposed to be acting. Even if you are in a confined space. You don't act like that. People that act like that don't understand the limits of how you're supposed to behave around other people. You feel me? All of this is adding to his case that he has mental problems, right? So he goes in the cell and dude come over there a little bit later and he's standing at the door. You know what I'm saying? And he laughing. He telling Jack, he said, see, that's what I'm talking about. You got to be able to do what people won't expect you to do, man. So you got to be able to do that. He said, they're going to come and get you in a couple of days and they're going to take you out, get that mental evaluation. And he said, when you come back, if you convince them folks where you going, when you come back, you're going to be straight, man. You ain't going to the penitentiary. You ain't going to the penitentiary. So Jack laying in the cell, you know what I'm saying? He done dried all the way off now, but he ain't putting on no clothes. He done got used to not having clothes on, right? He says it makes him feel more comfortable. He's not confined. See, his mind is starting to drift. Even putting on clothes is making him feel confined. You understand what I'm saying? I'm telling you, that's what this place will do to you. So now he laying in the cell, dude watching him on the camera. And he know the officer watching him now. But if you see on the night shift, on the second shift, at least 2 nights a week, it's a female up there. You feel what I'm saying? And now he's into that. He done turned into one of them type of dudes where he don't even care. He thinking that the female gonna look at this on tape, him acting silly, and all of a sudden, she gonna be fascinated and like him. This is his mind, again, is playing tricks on him. Think about that. A person in prison will lay in the cell naked on camera if a female is watching, and he'll think that a female will be interested in somebody that will act as crazy as that. You feel what I'm saying? And that's where Jack's mind's going. In his mind, he's having a relationship with this woman. So when the lights are off, and his light don't ever go off, but when the lights are off in the pod, he's in there talking to himself, but he really talking to her. You feel me? And doing all sorts of things. She ain't got to watch, but it's on camera. She got to look every now and then because she got to write something down every 15 minutes. But again, like I say, his mind is drifting. He's losing it. You understand what I'm saying? He don't even realize it. And he continues to drink piss and eat the peanut butter and the poop and all of these different types of things. It's adding to his case. It's adding to his case. Now, here's the time for him to go to get this mental evaluation. They're going to take him to this place they call forensics, right? Forensics is just another name for mental, evaluation, mental evaluation center, right? Where they're going to take him to, right? And he's going to have to stay there for a few days, maybe longer, until they can get the evaluation done. If you want to know how this thing goes, you're going to have to tune in to the next episode, right? And find out. This has been another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, and I say peace, y'all.